Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Books and Betches, not to be confused with Books and
Lattes. She's on one today.
I'm Kristen, and with me I have
Latica.
That's Erica and Maria.
Lacrita.
Nope, still Kristen.
Okay.
This is a book podcast. We swear, we spoil, and we talk about sex. We're going to spoil this book, so if you haven't read it already, suggest you go read it. And the book that we're talking about today is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree.
Nice.
I have the book this time.
Oh, it's in front of us.
It's right here. So if you're not watching this podcast, I suggest you go onto YouTube.
You know what we haven't done in so long?
And look up Books and Betches.
Cover description.
Oh, well, we have the cover in front of us. Should we have Erica describe that cover? Describe the cover! Okay, when you're ready, describe that cover, because it's a good one. Stop shaking the book in the microphone.
Is that not your favorite noise in the world?
Yeah. Not like that aggressive.
Say what that noise
I
is.
think this one is... Gimme. This one's better.
Erica's going to do some...
Yeah.
Oh,
like that more.
beautiful.
Everybody wanted me to
We've
do
turned
ASMR.
into an ASMR podcast, and now it's just...
Stop banging into the microphone.
I hate ASMR.
All right,
Shut
Erica,
up.
describe the cover.
Legends and Lattes, all caps, serif. We got a littler woman with like short black hair, like in a nice crop, a bob cut, and she's got horns coming out. I think she's pink. Everything's pink in here.
Magenta.
So hard to tell.
She's magenta for sure.
She's in like an apron, and her little tail's like coiling around the orc woman that is on this cover as well. They're back to back.
This is her job.
Sorry,
Stop.
she's just not doing a good job.
Stop.
They're back to back. They're making lattes. There's like they're in a I don't even know. This is like an old like a tavern type
Yeah.
like situation.
Yeah.
The orc has like long brown hair. She was jacked out of her fucking mind. And then there's like little pies on the table.
She's jacked, but she's like hot too, right?
She's hot.
She's got nice eyebrows.
I like her hair.
Yeah, her hair's tied up. You were mentioning that.
I don't think she would make me swing that way. But
You don't
the
like
other
green,
one
so-
is cute.
She's cute. They're both cute, I think. Okay. Wholesome.
She's
It gives wholesome vibes.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a
It's
cozy.
giving-
It's
so
a cozy fantasy.
this is the if a book had to define a genre, this is the definition of cozy fantasy.
And it
Yes.
is.
Low stakes fantasy.
And it's fun.
Warm, fuzzy, good characters, funny banter,
Great writing.
really, really low stakes, good writing,
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ, which that's loose. I felt like that romance was not great.
I don't
Doesn't
think it
mean
was
it
meant to
exist.
be. Yeah, it's
No, I
there.
know, but I was like, I felt like it was like thrown in at the end.
I totally disagree.
Absolutely not.
I totally disagree.
Absolutely
Did you
not.
skip pages?
No,
There was so much
I listened
chemistry
to it.
throughout the entire thing. Chemistry and and also like there was a lot.
There was a lot of foreshadowing for
I
those
felt
two.
like they
Yeah.
they came off as friends more.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
friends
it was
to
friends
lovers.
to lovers.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
I hate
talk.
Because there was no
I-
smut.
I hate friends to lovers.
We got to do a 60-second. I guess would that be me? Because I don't know that I as much as I love The Bargainer, I think
We
you
didn't
need
do
to
6 seconds for Little Mermaid.
Oh
We
shit!
don't
I mean,
need
you don't
to.
need to. That's a classic.
Need to.
Let's do the 60 seconds. I need to think of their names though. Viv and I forget the other girl's name. Oh
Open it
no,
up.
Tandry?
something with a T.
Cow? Thimble?
Yeah, Tandry.
Tandry, yeah.
There were.
There was too many similar names.
Yes,
No.
I agree with that.
Really?
Yeah.
I disagree.
There was Tandry, and then there was like telemetry.
Who was the guy in the beginning? Cal?
Cow.
Okay. So Cal, Viv, and Tandry are the three most important players. Okay, let's do a 60-second.
Where?
Give me the book.
No.
Give me the fucking book. Can I please see it? Just for a second?
I love you. Look, no.
Can I
Oh,
please?
there's another T in here.
I think you're just making it up. All right, are we ready for the 60-second? Let's go. You being an asshole. She's laughing at you being an asshole.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, after a lifetime of...
You fucking cheater.
No! You can't see. I started reading the back of the book, and they didn't like that.
Okay.
Can we start over,
stop,
please?
Reset. Wow, you sneaky, sneaky sneak.
Okay.
You sneaky snake.
Go. Are we ready?
Was that from Mr. Deeds?
I was
slippery little
snake.
snake.
No, I was snake.
I'm a slippery little
slippery
snake.
No, Mr. Deeds was. I'm very, very sneaky.
I haven't seen
Erica,
that
it's
one.
so hard to talk to you
Very
guys when you are
sneaky.
facing the
What happens when she
opposite-
faces you? It's the same thing.
I know, but like
We
can
have
you-
a new
I can't
setup.
see you though.
I can never see you either.
This is bad.
Bye bye.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Start the
want from
clock.
us?
Start the clock.
Oh my god.
Here we
Hold
go. The real 60
on.
seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Viv is an orc. She's green. Not to be confused with Shrek. She is done being an orc. She's done with her lifetime of killing people and just trying to make money by being an orc. She's
Yeah.
done. She's hanging it up.
Yeah.
She had coffee, which is a gnomish thing. She tried coffee for the first time. She said, this bean juice is delicious. I'm going to open my own shop.
Feel it.
She moves into a village, takes this like barn and turns it around with the help of her buddy Cal that she becomes friends with.
30 seconds.
They turn it into a cafe, and then she hires Tandri, and that's really what happens. Is they create this place for all these mythical beasts
20
to drink
seconds.
coffee. There's a one big bad. I guess there's technically two, but the
15.
one big bad is her ex-friend. He knows that she has this special stone that brings good luck. He wants to steal it. He tries to. She wins in the end. They have their coffee place.
5.
Turns out it just brought everybody together, and it was beautiful, lovely, and
2,
Tandri and her
1,
get together in the end.
0. Love that.
I don't know,
great.
man.
No, you did great.
It's pretty straightforward. We opened the book with a prologue that I actually liked.
Can I see the prologue?
I thought the prologue was fun. It's literally her killing a the book opens.
Oh, yes.
The book opens with her killing a monster
That gives her the stone.
that gives her the stone, and
Yeah.
it's like she's sliced. Like she's got
Yeah,
her
so
her-
action-packed.
Her sword, which is called I forget the name, Blackburn.
Uh-huh.
So her sword, she kills this monster and she gets this stone. I forget the name of the stone.
I can't remember the stone either.
But essentially, this stone has, through myths, this stone has the power to bring good luck and good fortune to you.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, like, I would want that, right? Wouldn't you? You would
Yeah.
want that stone?
It wouldn't be bad.
So
Nice.
she brings this stone with her. She's hiding
The
it.
stone leads her there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So she has this stone. She's creating this cafe.
Black blood is her.
Black
sword.
blood. Yeah.
Her sword.
I loved the
Scalvert stone. Sorry,
Scalvert,
I'm getting all my notes now.
I loved the pacing. I like that we got a little bit of like her building it because she's building a friendship with Cal. There's a neighbor, that woman, Lainey. So she comes over occasionally. I just thought it was a really fun place. I loved the setting. I thought the setting was
It's cute.
fantastic.
It's like very medieval.
Yes, such good vibes. Like the tavern. I loved the cobblestone. I loved
Again,
the
a
vibe.
Dungeons and Dragons vibe.
I felt like I was watching a Dungeons and Dragons movie. It was fun and I was along for the ride. So anyway, she's in this cafe. Eventually she needs to hire somebody. I love the whole coffee thing where it's just like they don't know what coffee is.
I felt that though. The whole idea of like when you don't drink coffee, Kristen, so you don't understand.
This is why I loved it even more. Bean
But
juice.
as someone who loves coffee and cannot start her day without a cup of coffee, I felt this in my bones.
Yeah.
Like,
if you're a coffee lover, I think you'll love this book. I do.
I've always said that
I think Garrett would love this book.
That's a weird
I don't think Garrett
jump.
would like it.
I think Garrett would like this book.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I think that like
I think
for
nothing happened.
a lot happened.
Yeah, she got her coffee shop.
It was just
And love.
It was just like it was like watching a security footage.
Wow,
What?
I totally disagree.
I disagree. It's low stakes.
I loved the
I
I think it's because it's low stakes. You find like nothing happened, but something did happen.
something did happen, but it was just like
I thought the banter was really cute.
I didn't dislike it, but just like that's how my overall sentiment.
We have
of it. It's
character
like nothing
development.
happened.
You know, she wants to leave the past that she had.
Mhm.
No, I know. I agree. I agree with all of that. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying like nothing happened.
You
And
can't
that's
say nothing happened because stuff did happen.
But like life happened.
the whole thing burned down at one point.
Life happens.
That
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
life.
kinda
That
like
was
the-
sabotage.
That was like the point.
Yeah. No. I agree.
But here's the thing. Okay, so I thought
I think I'm saying nothing happened, and I mean low stakes.
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
It was like
No.
no, sure.
it was
It's
just
just how you say it. It's
like
fine.
it was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
moment in time. Like it was like this. like her adventures are over, so now we're getting this other part of it. And yeah, I guess technically you'd say there was no grand adventure. There wasn't battles. There wasn't dragons.
Because she
there
didn't
wasn't-
want that anymore.
To
Yeah.
me, it just felt like life. Like I was
And it
watching
was.
a
slice of
like
life.
And I
Yeah.
I loved
So
it.
we were switching channels. We just happened upon this one and stayed there for a moment.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was like a wrinkle in time.
Sure.
Which
Okay,
I
right.
love. I love that.
I don't dislike it.
So different.
Yeah, it was a great change of pace. I think it was written well. I think the characters were interesting. I think I was engaged with it a lot of the time.
I felt like I was in a
There was-
cool video game.
Yeah,
like
like
a medieval video game.
I don't dislike this book. I think I gave it 4 stars, but like I would not read this again.
I might actually, because I feel like there are things that I might have missed. But I read it in 2 days. Like I was so into the story. It was what I needed after Fourth Wing. I was like, okay, I need something that's going to get me back.
Oh,
into
I think this is a great palate cleanser.
Yeah, it got me back into the fantasy world, and it wasn't too much. You know what I mean? But the coffee thing I thought was so funny because they don't understand it. So Cal kept calling it bean juice, and she goes, "Well, you can get a latte, and that's like adding milk." He goes, "Bean juice with milk," and I like audibly laughed out loud because that's how I feel about coffee.
Cal is awesome.
Great.
I
Cal.
love having a male character that was not sexually driven.
He was just there to help. I loved that.
He was just a grumpy pirate.
Yes, I loved that. So after
I
they-
loved the cat.
Oh my god, the cow is my favorite, obviously.
I like this
Obviously.
quote from Cal. Can't explain that one word means with another word nobody knows. What's a barista? And Viv's like, Cal, I didn't invent the words. Like I didn't invent them.
I didn't invent these
It's just,
words.
It's
Yeah,
just a thing.
Yeah, it was just a fun play on like. I love that coffee was like a gnome.
Gnomish,
thing.
yeah.
Like a gnomish thing. So only like the gnomes really know
Yeah.
about it.
I think that this book honestly was really enjoyable as an audiobook.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to listen
like
to
the
it.
audiobook.
I didn't listen to it.
The author reads it.
Oh, that's
Sorry,
so
the author
cool.
narrates it.
That's so cool.
Really?
Yeah.
It was really really fun for me.
I
So
don't remember.
wait, I'm gonna keep going with the story. After she builds the coffee shop, obviously, I love that like people didn't just show up right away. It took a while for them to get the customers, and then when she hired Tandri, I thought it was really cute how she was like building all the marketing supplies and was like drawing all these things. And then finally, once they started getting people coming in, they had this one character who was part of a school, and he was doing research on the ley lines. This is what I wanted to ask you, Erica. So I had never heard the term ley lines until Bargainer series. Is that
Really?
like a normal thing
Yeah.
in that world?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what
no,
that was.
in even our world.
It is?
Yeah.
What's
yeah,
a ley
lines
line?
are a thing.
What is that?
It's like okay, I can't do it myself. Hold on.
Okay.
Like places where there's like more energy or something.
Yeah, so I don't want to be dumb saying it.
But that's like where the portals are, right? As
Yeah.
for like these worlds.
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
Mm-hmm.
So that indicates that legends.
Ley lines are a kind of like latitude and longitude in one sense. They're not lines that can actually see on a map, but in theory is that big important monument, think of Stonehenge, pyramids
it.
of Giza, are all running on a kind of energy highway that connects them.
Oh. I
So,
can't believe I never heard of that.
A lot of things where these ley lines cross in some places, like there's like supernatural activity. Like a lot of ghost
Got it.
hunters find like the ley lines
Yeah.
affect things.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it's something that I think is incorporated more in urban fantasy than any other like
That makes sense.
genres. Like sometimes you'll see it in fantasies, but I find it to be more in urban fantasies than anything because
That
it's
makes
like
sense.
kind of pulling on the realist, like the world
Yeah.
of what we interpret ley lines to be.
So I thought it was cool that that character was going like studying the ley lines, and the cafe had this weird.
to me this felt like an urban fantasy in a weird way because it felt like it was
Urban
like
how?
I didn't get that at all.
no, because it felt like it was like back in medieval times,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but
okay.
like in our world.
So like urban
But just-
fantasy of
I
just
see
in the
what you mean.
past.
Yeah.
Got
but,
it.
But
Okay,
there are
that makes
orcs and
sense.
different creatures and
Yeah,
stuff.
that makes sense.
I
that
could
makes
see
sense.
that. I
But
could
like
see that.
Shrek,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah,
Shrek
yeah.
was
Yep.
like
Love Shrek.
medieval,
Yes, I could see what you. I see what you mean.
but still.
And it seems
I
like
don't
there's
know.
different worlds in this world. It seems like you could travel to different areas. So maybe like this was that version of like our world. Kind of.
I mean, it gave real world vibes in a weird way.
I can understand what you're saying. When he discovers, he was like, why are the ley lines all fucked up here? It's because of that stone.
Mhm.
I like that the bad person, like, so there, when she's there, these people keep coming to the thing being like, you got to pay the Madrid or something.
To me, that felt like like the
Magical? Was it a magical?
Yeah, it felt like the mob.
It
It
was
was
the
like
mob.
you have to pay your dues,
Yeah.
right? Everybody's got to pay taxes. So I thought that person, we didn't know it was a woman at first, was going to be the big bad. Obviously, that's how they set it up. Like, this is the big bad. Turns out in the end, the actual bad person was one of her past friends that she used to work. They weren't ever friends, but somebody she used to work
Acquaintances.
with. He found out.
Co-work, yeah.
Yeah,
colleague.
he found out that she had the stone, so he wanted to steal it. I like that at the beginning they mentioned like the people we thought were bad we're basically like insinuating we're gonna burn your place down, but it's
And
not
he
even
did it.
them that do it. It's the other guy.
And that she ends up just the mob boss lady
Yeah.
loves the pastries that come
Yeah.
in through Thimble, I think his name is.
Yes. Yep. Thimble.
Thimble was
The
awesome.
cutest thing.
He was so.
Was he supposed to be a mouse?
I think
He was like
Yeah.
a ratkin. Is what,
Yeah,
it's what it's
yeah,
called.
yeah.
I was picturing Ratatouille.
Same. Literally same.
I don't know how you didn't.
Yeah.
No,
Same.
yeah.
Yeah. He's
It's-
the one
it's
that.
literally ratkin Thimble. I had to put in there just so I knew where I was talking
Yeah.
about.
So he's the one that made all the pastries and stuff. Just an
What do you
adorable
guys think
creature.
of Pendry?
Pendry
The
was-
bard.
Pendry reminded me of the main character in Dungeons and Dragons. Like
We keep coming back to that movie.
I know, but he was the music guy, but like showing up and
no, but this kid was more like,
I pictured like
he,
a nerdy.
he reminds me of the nerdy kid that's in love with the other girl in Dungeons and Dragons. but just
yeah,
happens to bard.
yeah. I picture him as a nerdy human though. Was he human?
He was human like, yeah.
Yeah.
He was just a bard. Bards
Yeah,
are
yeah.
usually humans.
Yeah.
From what I remember from our Dungeons and Dragons days.
Right. I thought he was cute.
I thought he was adorable.
I love
and
that
how
he had
was like
fans.
yeah, he was like so like self-conscious at first trying to sing and like
Yeah. Yep.
he got more comfortable when that one girl kept coming back trying to find him because she's
Yeah.
like a whole groupie.
And then
That
the
was fun.
cat showed
The
up.
dire cat. I figured you would love the dire cat.
The cat
Love.
was awesome.
The cat was the best, and also ended up
what's it
helping
called?
her.
What the fuck? Amity.
Amity, yeah. So basically, like the story, the way it ends, the place gets burnt down. That guy does steal the stone, so she thinks that all of her luck is gone. But as it turns out, all of the community comes together to help her rebuild it. They fell in love with the coffee. They fell in love with the pastries.
And it turns out that stone is just more of a legend that it gives you
Yes.
luck. It's not actually proven fact.
Exactly.
So Viv is trying to figure out, is this because of the stone? Like, am I going to lose everything tenfold? Or did I garner this on my own?
Yeah, and it turns out in the end, like, the moral of the story was that the community is what brought everything together.
And then
And
her
it's
and
so
Tandry
cute.
get together.
Her and Tandry kiss in the end. And, like, that, I didn't read the last part because it was, like, a whole nother story at the end. Did you read that?
No.
Okay, I'm glad we're all on the same. I might go back and
because the
read
next
it.
one is, I think it's a prequel.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Are they setting this up for us to actually see the crazy shit? Like
I think
her?
it's a prequel. So no, in the
No. Are we gonna get a prequel to this?
Oh, I don't know. A prequel. I know we have a prequel of Viv's story of her at a bookshop.
Oh, but what would be really cool is if we can get the adventure side. If we could get what
I
happened.
mean, maybe Travis is working on it. Who knows?
Maybe like a novella.
Maybe you would like that better, Erica.
I have. Oh man, I gotta tell you this off screen. The one thing I didn't like about this book is I did not need. And to be fair,
I liked the
don't,
menu.
I don't
Loved
think
it.
it
Don't
mattered.
even.
No,
Yeah.
it didn't matter in the physical book. As an audiobook, it was so fucking annoying.
Oh.
yeah.
So every time they added something to the
'Cause
menu, they
when
write
you
it out.
When you read this,
Yeah.
it's
you
nice in
see
different
it.
font. Yeah.
you see it, right?
Yeah.
And
So
you don't- you're not
physically-
reading it.
I was physically reading
Same.
it and listening at the same time, so I was okay with it.
Ah, yeah.
So we should find the final menu so we can read it out.
Towards the end, I was like I was skipping it
oh, really?
because I was like, I didn't
think
I'm
of
not
that.
listening to 30 seconds of someone reading a menu.
I thought it was so cute every
I
time.
thought it was adorable. Every time something new got added.
Thimble would
It
create
was
like an
just,
amazing.
I know, but it like, especially with the audiobook, you're going so fast that like it felt like every like 10 minutes I was listening
So
to an
the
a
reason
Yeah.
I said coffee lovers would like this, and maybe I should.
the evolution of the coffee like
Yes,
creations.
but also maybe I should say more or less baristas. I think would really enjoy.
Can I
this.
read it? Can I read the menu?
Yeah.
So this is the final menu after everything that gets added from
That I agree with.
Thimble's concoctions because he has such a great time baking and stuff. So Legends and Lattes menu: coffee, exotic aroma, and rich, full-bodied roast, half bit. How much it costs?
Yep.
Latte, a sophisticated and creamy variation, 1 bit. Any drink iced, a refined twist,
Oh, the
add
ice,
a half a
yes.
bit. Cinnamon roll, heavenly frosted cinnamon pastry, 4 bits. Thimblets, crunchy nut and fruit delicacies, 2 bits. Midnight crescents, which is just croissants.
Yep.
Buttery fold over with sinful center. 4 bits.
I love
Finer taste for the working gent and lady.
Yes, I love how each thing got incorporated. Like the iced one only came because
that kid didn't drink hot drinks.
and he kept showing up to the cafe just to work. So this is why I think baristas would love this, because I think they can relate. When Garrett, and this is why I said Garrett, when he worked at the coffee shop in Keene when we went to school there, I would always go in and watch him work because I thought it was fucking fascinating. Coffee shop vibes are like one in their own. People show up to do their work. People will sit there from fucking 8 a.m. until he puts that closing time song on. Closing time. He used to have to do that because people wouldn't leave. And it's just so interesting. Like, it really is like such a vibe in some of these coffee shops. And that's how I felt. This book did an amazing job. I don't know if this dude was a barista in the past, but like the shop felt like somewhere you wanted to be.
I will say, because we're talking about Garrett, I think it just shows Garrett's love language with coffee.
Yes.
And I think he would relate to Viv a lot in that sense.
That's what I'm saying. Because that's the vibe I got.
Whenever I want like Garrett to just get into his own groove, it's when to make me a coffee.
Yeah.
And like one of the last times I was at his house, he made me a chai latte.
Yes.
I don't even drink chai like that, but it was so delicious. I still think about this chai latte.
Yeah.
And it's because Garrett made it. And I think Garrett is just so good at freaking being a barista. I'm like, why are you a producer? Just be a barista for life.
But also like the vibes of having your first cup of coffee. As somebody who fucking hates coffee, I was just like so excited when one of the monsters or one of the creatures would have their first cup of coffee. I was like, oh my God, I hope they love it. Like I felt that way. Like I felt those vibes of being like, ooh, you get to like your first coffee ever.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember having your first coffee ever? Like,
yeah, I had a sip when I was like 6 or 7.
Oh no, that's not a good time.
I think I was more.
My grandma would give me like sips of espresso.
But like that smell, like these
yeah,
are people that are in a world where
they've
coffee,
never heard of coffee.
So imagine just like smelling it for the first time. Like even I like the smell of coffee.
I'm gonna have to have Mike get me another cup today.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the vibes were very, very good. I thought it was super relaxed.
The food. I love the food
was so
addition.
cool.
I think the baking of it was so nice.
And
that
like
was
good
an exciting
story.
addition.
And how Viv was just trying to make everyone who worked for her like comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it was her dream to make this, but it was such a people pleaser at the end.
Yep.
She's like, I want to make sure you have enough ovens to make all these nice pastries. I want to make sure we have a good system where I want to make this. She saves the coffee machine from a burning building.
Yeah. That was so cute.
So yeah, I
good
loved
vibes.
it.
Good vibes. And also cozy. Obviously, we've already said that. But if you're looking for a faster
Cozy,
read,
cozy.
yeah.
Oh, you know what it is? Pendry and Tandry sounded too similar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where
And
you were
not
going.
reading it.
And thimble.
But not reading it, not seeing the P.
You're listening
Oh,
to
maybe
it. Yeah.
that's
made
why.
it very different.
Maybe that's why. I feel like reading versus
But
audio.
Pendry and Tandry are the same. just
Inflection.
one-
See, to
Yeah.
me, I didn't
Yeah.
make that connection at all because
No,
I was
I did.
reading it. Oh, I don't know.
But I also was listening and reading it.
But
sometimes.
Tandry was just so prominent in the whole book, and Pendry was.
I love Tandry. I love Tandry's vibe. I love Tandry's
Me too.
her sass.
She was so good from
She
start
was
to
so
finish.
sassy.
The way she
never-
wanted Viv to take care of herself too.
Yeah. Yeah. She was never an asshole. Like, she had such good intentions from the start to
And
the
as a
end.
succubus, she feels like everyone has a
Yes.
misconception about her from
And
the start.
I thought for sure she was gonna like at some point do. I was like, there's got to be a twist, and I feel like she's gonna end up being bad, and it's gonna break my
No.
heart. Nope, she was amazing throughout the whole thing, and I
she
love
was
that.
great.
I love that.
A great best friend.
But yeah, Legends and Lattes. I mean, this was a shocking one for me. You guys had read it first, and you were both kind of like, eh. And I was like, I had already felt.
I said it was really cute.
But I had already felt that was how I was gonna feel going into it. I was like, I think I'm gonna be bored. Is how I felt genuinely. And then I started reading it, and I was like, I can't put this down. Like I don't know why.
It was an
just
easy
feels
read.
good.
It was easy to keep going
Yeah.
through it. I just know when I finished, I was like, that was cute.
I also think it was what I painted in my head. Like I kept wanting to go back. I was like, ooh,
Got
I
it.
want to go back to that coffee
I
shop.
got you. Yeah.
It's still there. It's still in my head.
Okay, so this book has a 4.25 with
Not bad.
almost 92,000 ratings.
Wow, it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. I gave it a 5. What did you guys give it?
4.
4.
I think I put a 3, but I think it's like a 4 for me. But it's a 4 for me, but not when I rate it on my own because I use my ratings for myself and I filter with 3s out. So
I think what you said.
I would not read this again.
I think what you said is entirely fair for a lot of people. That nothing I think for some people it's gonna feel like
It's too low stakes.
Yeah.
It's too like
Not your-
minimal.
But I would
impact.
think-
No pun intended. Not your cup of tea.
But I would think that this just means that those who are picking this up know it's a cozy fantasy.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, it's low stakes because it's marketed as that.
Exactly.
So
wholeheartedly.
so those
love
who
that.
may not think that this is a thing, only those who want this in their reading are gonna go after it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty like talked about book.
I think this has all the makings of a good book for somebody who wants this.
What's crazy about this book is that Maria had brought it up in the past, right?
What?
And you brought up Legends Lattes in the
I
past.
did, yeah.
I forgot all about it. And I'm on the Kickstarter with that publishing company that did Iron Prince. And they had posted, they were like, new pins. I love pins. I'm a big fan of pins. And it was this cute little mouse and like this sword. And I was like, oh my God, I just want these pins. So I looked into it more and it was like the pins from Legends and Lattes. And I was like, what the fuck is Legends and Lattes? Like it just didn't connect with what you had already sent.
Yeah.
So I looked at it and I was like, this looks right up my alley. And I had sent it to the group. And Maria was like, yeah, I sent that a while back. And I like looked at it. I was like, oh shit, we should do this then.
Yeah, we talked
So
about
that's kind of where this came from. And then I realized a lot of people were talking about it.
Yeah.
So it worked out great.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get my pins.
A lot of folks in our Discord also mentioned it.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that. I got the little, I got a thimble pin. I can't wait. I got like the prototype too. So I'm excited.
Fun.
I think this book is a hard book to not like.
Yeah, I think if you don't like this,
It's a you
something had to.
problem.
Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
nothing in it that would offend
Oh,
people.
yeah, you're right.
No.
The story at the end is the prequel.
Yeah.
I think
So
it's
that
a
must
you.
be
I think
their
it's a you
adventure.
problem for sure if you don't like this.
Yeah, I agree. Awesome. Well, that's Legends and Lattes. That's it. Enjoyed it. Yeah. Next week, what are we doing next week? Next week
Bargainer.
is Bargainer 2.
Bargainer!
So if you followed us and you listened to our first Bargainer episode, now book 2 is right around the corner. So you have a week to read it. Good luck.
Are you ready to spill secrets, Desmond Flynn?
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Books and Betches. We'll be
You're
back next
so
week.
good at these little quotes
I love it.
today. I hope you're. It's,
I'm
like,
fucking on one.
it's the basement.
Oh my God. It's the basement
It's
vibes.
the pink light that's giving me life.
I will say it's bouncing off your hair so nicely. It makes you look like a brunette though.
If you're not watching this episode, make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. Just look up Books and Betches. Follow us on Instagram. That's books_and_Betches. BETCHES. Click the link tree. You'll find all of our things.
Stuff.
Love you all. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Every